Complete hardware specs sheet of Xbox Series X revealed. Microsoft just put out the complete hardware specs sheet of its next-generation Xbox Series X entertainment system. The list of hardware can go toe-to-toe with any modern gaming desktop, and even at its production scale, we're not sure if Microsoft can break even at around $500, possibly counting on game and DLC sales to recover some of the costs and turn a profit. To begin with the semi-custom SoC at the heart of the beast, Microsoft partnered with AMD to deploy its current generation's Zen 2-inch x86 64 CPU cores. Microsoft confirmed that the SoC will be built on the 7nm Zen enhanced process, very likely TSMC N7P. Its die size is 360.45. The chip packs 8 Zen 2-inch cores, with SMT enabling 16 logical processors, a humongous step up from the 8-core Jaguar enhanced CPU driving the Xbox One X. CPU clock speeds are somewhat vague. It points to 3.80 GHz nominal and 3.66 GHz with SMT enabled. Perhaps the console can toggle SMT somehow, possibly depending on whether a game requests it. There's no word on the CPU's cache sizes. The graphics processor is another key component of the SoC given its lofty design goal of being able to game at 4K UHD with real-time ray tracing. This GPU is based on AMD's upcoming Redmi 2 graphics architecture, which is a step up from Navi, RDNA, in featuring real-time ray tracing hardware optimized for DXR 1.1 and support for variable rate shading, VRS. The GPU features 52 compute units, 3,328 stream processors provided. Each CU has 64 stream processors in Redmi 2. The GPU ticks at an engine clock speed of up to 1,825 MHz, and has a peak compute throughput of 12 TFLOPS, not counting CPU. The display engine supports resolutions of up to 8K, even though the console's own performance targets at 4K at 60 frames per second, and up to 120 FPS. Variable refresh rate is supported. The memory subsystem is similar to what we reported earlier today, a 320-bit GDDR6 memory interface holding 16 GB of memory, mixed chip densities. It's becoming clear that Microsoft isn't implementing a common memory pool approach. 10 GB of the 16 GB runs at 560 GB per second bandwidth, while 6 GB of it runs at 336 GB per second. Storage is another area that's receiving big hardware uplifts. The Xbox Series X features a 1 TB SSD with 2,400 MB per second peak sequential transfer rate, and an option for an additional 1 TB storage through an expansion module. External storage devices are supported, too, over 10 Gbps USB 3.2 Gen 2. The console is confirmed to feature a Blu-ray drive that supports 4K UHD Blu-ray playback. All these hardware specs combine toward what Microsoft calls the Xbox Velocity architecture. Microsoft is also working toward improving the input latency of its game controllers.